Hey, get inspired, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of Life Inspired. We're so delighted that you would watch these shows, share these programs with anybody that you think needs to hear them. You can watch them on our Facebook page, our Inspired Facebook page, or on our YouTube channel, or at lifeinspiredshow.com. And those are places that you can share them from. And we're so excited that you can hear this story, typically a turning point. We talk about life was going along, there's a ... moment, and then God inspired you to either do something different or change your trajectory, or maybe you just met him for the first time. So that's what these stories are about, just ways that God is intervening in people's lives and turning them around and upside down and all kinds of cool stuff like that. We do still have to practice social distancing, so we are interviewing our guest today via Zoom, and today we have Miss Julie Smith. We're so delighted, Julie, for you to be with us. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
Yeah. Yeah, so Julie is a friend of our teammate Melanie, and so I do not know Julie's story at all. So this is really going to be exciting for me to hear what God's doing in your life. So I typically kind of ask three questions, Julie. What was the backstory to whatever turning point you're going to share with us? If you can kind of tell us a little backstory, how life was going along before God stepped in. Can you give us a little background?
Well, before God stepped in, I was dealing with, I got the news that I had stage 4 melanoma. Um, Actually, I probably should almost go back to 2013, and I was diagnosed with melanoma. And it was just a mole that was on my right side, on my back of my shoulder, like in the shoulder blade there, and it was just a mole. Um, and it itched and it bled, and that's basically the signs of
Oh,
melanoma. Um, and I've been told numerous times by my husband, by a best friend too, I should get that stuff checked out. And I had just lost a friend in 2011 with
oh,
melanoma. And so,
wow.
anyways, I did get checked out. They removed the mole, and yes, it was melanoma. And then 5 years later, I didn't go through the treatment, no treatments, no lymph nodes were taken out. They said that I should be okay, and didn't even see an oncologist at that time. 5 years
Wow,
later,
it was just all self-contained.
yes, yes. 5 years later, it metastasized. So in 2018,
Oh,
it metastasized into on my adrenal gland on the right side. And I then was taken to surgery, and they took the adrenal gland. They did take some of the cancer. They didn't get it all. And then that's when I started going through some treatment, and did Opdivo and Yervoy, which is immunotherapy, and that's the new stuff that has been coming out. And that
okay.
helped for a little bit, not totally. And then came up to in two in Ju- excuse me, in July of 2018, the Yervoy put me in the hospital, and I was in there for about a month. Um, Not to sound
Wow.
gross or anything, but I had severe diarrhea. And um,
Oh,
so that's when I really started going in more uh, with God talking with me too. I kind of need to back up too, because when I was told, when I had experienced the pain that I was in, before the surgery and everything, there was a neighbor down the street, and he was a pastor. I went down there and I told him, I said, I'm going to get the results of the biopsy and stuff. And I need you to pray. Can you pray with me? And they said, yes. And they said, what do you want to pray about? And I said, well, he says, if this is cancer, what do you want? What do you want God to do? And I said, if this is cancer, then let me glorify God. Just let me glorify God some
wow.
way in this whole journey. If it's not cancer, great, but still let me glorify God. Um, and I had visions. God was telling me, this is cancer and you're going to be okay. And I had visions of me being in the chemo room, talking with people, telling my story, encouraging them, um, just, yeah, basically telling my story, listening to their story.
Right.
And so it kind of helped throughout. I mean, not kind of, it did, it helped. And when I got the news that, yes, this was cancer and it turned to stage 4, then it was like, okay, now we've got, something, I've got to really focus. But when I heard the stage 4, that's what blew my mind, because I already had it pictured. Okay, yes, I've already been told it's cancer by God himself. So I was okay with that. But like I said, when I heard stage 4, my husband and I both looked at each other. His face was white, and that.
Right.
So yeah, God is that's my go-to. He is my go-to person. So
Amen. Amen. So I heard you say, because a lot of our viewers already have a relationship with God, they hear from him, and a lot of our viewers don't even know what that means. They're like, what? What does that mean, you heard from God? So you said, God himself told me it was cancer. What does that look like to you? How did you know God told you that? Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, there was, I believe so. When it's a feeling, it's a no. For me, it was a feeling and a no. And there was a peace, as in, a calming. He did a calming. My body was calm. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, because when you hear those words, you have cancer, it shocks you. It, you flip out. There's,
Right?
there's just so many emotions that go through. But when he did that, when he let me know, I had the the calmingness of basically saying, okay, we're going to get through this and you're going to be okay. So there was no frantic thing, except for, like I said, when I heard the stage 4, then it was like, okay, then the fear came in. That
Right.
came in. But there was also the sense of, you're going to
Right.
be okay. You're going to get through
Right.
this. So, I mean,
So
in
was
2000,
finding out that it was stage 4, was that your turning point, and now you're feeling like you're walking this inspired path to tell people when you're in the waiting
yeah,
rooms or appointments? Okay.
yeah,
Tell us
that
more about that.
it was, I can tell you right now, I could tell you when I was in the hospital in July, the nurses at St. Joe Med, were, oh my gosh, just amazing. I have so much respect
Right.
for the nurses that I just can't, there's almost no words, because they're just
Right.
that amazing. And I had nurses praying on me. And one of the nights, I was crying there in the bed, and I even said, Lord, you can take me. You can take me. I'm all yours. I can't do this anymore. I cannot. I'm This is not fun. I'm hurting. Um, I don't want to do this. And a nurse
Right.
came in, because she was, they always got to check your vials and all that stuff. And she came in and she says, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I'm not." And she says, "Can I pray with you?" And I said, "Yes, please." And she prayed over me. And I was so exhausted, so tired, yet I felt at peace after she did the prayer. And it was just such a awesome feeling. And it was after that prayer, things started getting a little bit better, little by little each day there in the hospital. And that, so he's he's always there with us, and it's us that pull away from him. And that, so it's,
Right?
we just got to hold on to him regardless, good or bad.
Right, right. So, if there's something that you would tell your viewers, maybe somebody that's just found out they have cancer is watching this, or maybe somebody who has a loved one that just found out is watching this, what would you want to tell them? How would you want to encourage them?
I want to let them know that there is help. Our community has a lot of resources to go to. The American Cancer Society is one. I am highly involved in that. I am on the committee, and been with the American Cancer Society. I've been relaying for with Relay for Life. Been doing that for about, this is my tenth year, I think. No, ninth year, and I've been on the committee 7 years. I think it is. I think that's right.
Wow.
So it's just been there. There's so many. We've got that to go to. You have the American Cancer Society, to where they can help you with treatments, taking you to your treatments. There's Hope Lodges, where basically if you went to Ohio to get treatment or whatever, there's lodges that you can stay at for free.
Right.
It also helps with research and treatment. And then I think that clears that part up. Sorry. There's also a place called Riverbend Cancer Center, and that's off of Jefferson.
Right.
They are amazing. I love them. You can go there, and they've got all kinds of programs, doing like aerobics, yoga. They've got nutrition classes. They do a like a book club. They have a support group of many people that are going through cancer, and you can sit in on that. There's counseling as well, and most of that stuff's free. And they're
awesome.
amazing, absolutely amazing there. So
That's awesome.
I would tell that person that you are not alone. I would tell them about those programs and let them know I'm here. I'm here. I've got some shoulders. They may be a little bony, small, and that, but I'm here. And you're just not going through this alone, not at all. And definitely
Right.
hold on to your faith. You've got to hold on to your faith.
Right. Right. So we're recording this in the summer of 2020, but this could stay on the internet for years. And I know if somebody would message us, we'll hook them up with you. If somebody wants to, email you or message you or whatever, they could just get in touch with us, and we'll put them in touch with you so you can be an encouragement to them, because I know you would, Julie.
Yes,
Right.
yes, please, yeah. Reach out to
Right.
me.
Absolutely.
I'm right here.
Right. So if somebody does not have that relationship, the personal relationship to talk to God themselves, does that make a difference when you're talking to other cancer people, cancer victims, or family members of cancer victims? Does it make a difference if they have a personal relationship with God that makes them have that peace that the Bible calls it peace that passes understanding. And there's no explanation for why you'd have this peace sometimes when the prospects don't look good, right?
Right.
So what would you say, what does your relationship with God look like? Do you talk to him every day? What does that look like? What does your relationship look like? And what would you recommend to some of our viewers?
For me, I pray all the time. I'm I feel that I am constantly talking with God in ways, like when you're driving, you're going for a walk,
Right.
doing that, or even in the midst of something, I'm talking with him. Um, I will admit I need to get into the Bible more, but I do grab onto it when I am ready to. When I know that it's like, okay, Julie, let's get in a little deeper here. And I do. I'll grab the Bible, grab my Bible. I do Bible study. That helps me tremendously with, especially with what is happening. I do get anxiety. I do get depressed. Um, and that's where I tend to go to is for sure going to the Bible. I'm doing the Bible study, getting with friends, my friends that are from church, my friends that I know that I can talk to about God, to them. Um, for someone that doesn't know God yet, um, I would actually tell them I'm praying for them, because that's their journey. That is
Right.
their journey and their story, to where they've got to on their own, and it will be with the help of God. God will lead them
Right.
to him.
Right.
And we all have a choice. So it's going to be their choice
Right.
to decide to accept him in their life. So my thing is, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you that you do accept Jesus into your life, so you are able to have eternal life. And because I want to see you on the other side, so that would be my advice.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing today, Julie. We're so grateful that you would.
Thank you for
So,
having me.
viewers, we're so delighted to have you. Viewers, I know that either you may be struggling with a cancer diagnosis or finding a mole and you're not sure if it's a cancer diagnosis, or you might have a loved one that is. And so if you need to lean on somebody, message us. We'll put you in touch with Julie. We have others that have been guests on the show that have experienced it as well. And that's the best thing that you can do, is connect with somebody else. God made us for connection, and he wants us to connect with him, but he put other people on the planet for us to connect with them, because they're, Jesus with skin on. Julie is Jesus with skin on, aren't you, Julie?
Yeah.
So thanks for watching. Please share it with whomever you want. It will help us get more exposure for great stories like Julie's. If you will, like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel and stuff like that. So, please do that. That helps. And Julie, thanks again. We love you and God bless you.
Thank you. Love you too. And God bless
Absolutely.
you.